Hello, Gemini. How are you doing? This is Tarot Me Please coming at you for your May 2023 monthly reading. I'm going to lay down your cards because I've been shuffling like crazy. And I just want to get to it. See what I'm saying? Gemini, I hope you've been well. I hope you and your loved ones have been well. I hope you've been enjoying your weekend. And hope you've been relaxing and resting. Like we all should be on the weekend, right? I know for a fact that some of you have to work, but hey, I still hope you're enjoying your weekend. Okay, so before I flip the cards, you know the drill. I like to say a little prayer first and get into the zone. Get into a good headspace. Be really relaxed and calm. And yeah, want you guys to open yourselves up to what the universe has to tell you, and I want you to let your energies flow throughout the universe and onto my cards, all the way over here in LA. But anyway, okay, let's do it. Gemini, what is your energy going to be for this month? Okay, that's a Chariot card. So, Gemini, your energy is going to be that of fast, forward-moving victory, focused, overcoming obstacles, full speed ahead. You're ready to charge through to achieve your goals. I love it. Yeah, the Chariot card is all about success and ambition and willpower, being in control. So you got it going on, Gemini. You're ready to do it. You're ready to get it. Having said that, what is going to be the issue in your life this month? What's going to be the energy crossing you? Oh, nostalgia, the past. Okay, so this is the Six of Cups, and it talks about fond memories of the past or somebody from your past coming back into your life, or you going back into their life, however you want to see it. The Six of Cups is all about innocence and comforting thoughts of the past, fond memories, you know, innocence and homecoming and what else? Just healing and being sentimental about the past, maybe from your childhood. That's beautiful. Beautiful. I like that card. That's such a sweet card. Okay, so we're off to a good start, aren't we, Gemini? Let's look at your recent past. What does that say? Oh, okay. So, in the recent past, you were working pretty hard. You might have been stressed out. You might have been tired. That's the Ten of Wands card. And the Ten of Wands talks about burden and duty, stress, obligation, struggles, burning out. So, have you been like working really hard recently, Gemini? Have you been stressed out? Have you been like longing to take a break? Because, the Ten of Wands seems to hint that you have been burning the candle at both ends there. And does that have to do with work, Gemini, or is it like some sort of familial responsibility or some sort of, partnership responsibility? You tell me. But yeah, that's in the recent past. Let's look at your immediate future, Gemini. See what that says. Okay, that's another Wands card having to do with perhaps work or movement. That's the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands talks about um, persistence, having to defend your position, having to do with competition, perseverance, and protectiveness. But you're still gonna, maintain your position, but you're gonna have to stand firm and defend yourself, is what that card is about. And I am wondering if that has to do with work. If this has to do with work, and if this has to do with work. It'll be different for each of you Geminis watching out there. Let's look at your conscious mind now. What is your mind gonna be on this month? Okay, so you're thinking, or you might already be doing it, but you're thinking of walking away. You're thinking of walking away from some sort of relationship that lasted for a while. This is the Eight of Cups card, and that's you walking away from this relationship situation that at one time was fulfilling, but it's run its course, and you can't stack any more cups on top of these, and so you're moving on. You're moving on to something else. It's time to move on. But what you're moving on to, you're not exactly sure of, because there's the moon there that represents hidden truths and the unknown, and mystery, and perhaps maybe a little bit of fear. But it's time to move on. Yeah. Let's now look at your unconscious. What does your unconscious say? Okay, that's the Nine of Swords. That card comes out a lot in readings because a lot of us worry, right? That's the Nine of Swords, and that talks about anxiety and obviously, staying up late, worrying and kind of like despairing and stuff like that. Just being in one's head too much. But this is in the unconscious field. And so I'm thinking that if this is in your unconscious and this is in your conscious, Gemini, that you need to walk away, but in the back of your mind, you're like, yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be complicated. But you got to do it. That's the hard and fast truth. You got to do it. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be pretty. And, people aren't going to be happy. But you got to do it. Can't stay there anymore. You need to move on. What just popped into my head right now is that the reason you want to move on, or you feel that you have to move on, is because it's just become too much. In the recent past, it's like, you've been feeling stressed and burdened, and it's been a struggle for you. It's been really heavy for you. And you're just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I gotta leave. I gotta leave. And, like I said, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be some unhappiness involved, some discomfort, but you got to do it. And when I see this, I'm like, you're like, okay, I got to move on. I got to go my own way, and whatever resistance my partner puts up, or the people that I'm leaving, whatever resistance they put up, it's like, nope, gotta overcome all these obstacles. You guys aren't gonna stand in my way. I'm gonna do what I need to do for me, and that's it. I gotta stand my ground. That's what I get from these cards so far. Let's look further. Let's go to the hopes and fears for my Geminis. Okay, that's a fear. So that's the Nine of Wands. And see, that totally makes sense that this card came up because here's the Ten of Wands, here's the Nine of Wands. When I see cards that are very closely related, like in succession, that's the Wands, that's the Wands, that's the Nine, that's the Ten, that's the Seven. I, when I see something like that, I just think, this, um, it's like the universe saying, I meant it, with all these cards coming out in relation to each other. It's like, here, for example, you're fearing that you're going to experience the same sort of thing that you've been experiencing, the stress, the responsibility, the obligation, the struggle. And you're like, oh man, I'm leaving the situation, but I hope I don't get into the same kind of situation that I was in recently. So, you know, all that is explained in this card here. That's you, Gemini, who, you've been through this, you've been through the ringer, you've been stressed out and all that stuff. And it's like, do you really want to like go on? But this card is about persistence and perseverance. It's like even though you're wary, you know that you do have to continue on. And it would do you good. It would do you good, Gemini, to put up some healthy boundaries along the way when you go back into battle. But yeah, this card is a fear that you have throughout this situation. Like you're thinking you're going to get the same kind of trauma, the same kind of injuries that you've gotten recently. And you don't want that anymore. You don't want to go through the same kind of struggle. So, yeah. Yeah, these two are closely related as well. It's like, you're trying to protect yourself. You're trying to stand your ground because, not everything is going to be friendly towards you. It's going to be hostile. You're going to have to protect and defend yourself. And yeah, you should put up some healthy boundaries. That's why this card came up. That's why this card came up, Gemini. You have to put up some healthy boundaries to protect yourself going forward. Yeah. I'm thinking, I'm thinking, seeing this, somebody took advantage of you in a way. Somebody just put all these 10 wands on you, on your back, and they were too heavy for you to carry. So it looks like you didn't put up the healthy boundaries that you should have to defend yourself, to protect yourself, and people took advantage of you. It might have been your family, it might have been your friends, it might have been a romantic partner. And yeah, that's not sustainable, which is I'm guessing why you're feeling the need to walk away. Yeah. Um, but and I see this card here, um, kind of related to this. Like you're walking away from something that was once very fulfilling, but which is embodied by this card, this Six of Cups here, where things were really nice for a while, and you get nostalgic about it. You get teary-eyed because there were some fond memories. But see, this showed up in the problem field, the energy crossing you, the issue facing you. And although this is a beautiful card with, innocence and nostalgia and comforting memories and stuff like that, it still showed up in the issues field. So I'm thinking it's like something that you once enjoyed, but it's like you can't enjoy it anymore. It's not fulfilling anymore, and so you feel the need to walk away from it. So I'm thinking this is a relationship reading. I mean, the more I talk about it, the more I think it's a relationship reading where you're feeling the need to walk away from a relationship that no longer fulfills you, that is more of a burden to you, that is more of like a stress causer to you. Yeah. And it's like you're determined to leave it. You're determined to go your own way and figure out what to do after that. But you're determined. You're not going to let anything stand in your way. I could talk about this forever, but I won't. I'm going to pull some more cards. So, what is your influence going to be? I mean, you hope or you fear that you're going to be injured and traumatized some more in a future relationship, even though you're, walking away from this traumatizing relationship. But what are you going to do about it? What's your approach going to be, Gemini? Oh, wow. Okay, so wow, that's really dramatic. The your influence is going to be the tower, so it's going to be very shocking. It's going to be very abrupt, and it's not going to be pretty. But the tower is a necessary crumbling of the current situation because it wasn't meant to last in the first place. This tower, as you can see in the picture, this tower wasn't constructed on a solid foundation. So inevitably, it was going to crumble. It was going to be struck by lightning. It was going to collapse. You were going to be ejected out of it, the people who were in the tower, because it wasn't meant to be permanent in the first place. So it's like if you don't get out of it, you're going to die. It's like, here. It's like if you don't get out of this relationship, that it's going to be the end of you. You're going to die in this tower if you don't get out. So these people, they have to get out. They have to be ejected. Otherwise, and it's not pleasant. It's not, it's very uncomfortable what they're going through, but either that or you die. So, no wonder you feel the need to walk away from this relationship. It's like, it's bad. It's not a stable relationship. It's not a good relationship. It's not meant to be forever. Wow. Dramatic. Okay. What is the external influence going to be on this situation? So if your influence is the tower, like you like needing to get the hell out of it, what is the external influence? Or maybe your partner, the one that you're trying to leave, or the relationship, or the people that you're trying to leave. Okay, that's the Page of Wands. Um, the Page of Wands is a very young energy. It might very well be a child. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that, this relationship was fulfilling at one point, but it's gotten to be burdensome and stressful, and it's causing you worry and anxiety. And obviously, you need to leave. And this Page of Wands could very well be a child, either your child or somebody else like very closely related to you who's going to have some sort of influence on your final outcome. I'm thinking it's your child. I'm thinking it's your child, and you're thinking of leaving and divorcing your partner and all that. And I'm thinking you're taking your child with you. And this child could be somebody of a fire sign because it's the wands, the Page of Wands. And so we're talking about Sagittarius or Leo or Aries, a child. And of course, they're going to have a big influence on what you do because, this is a family relationship sort of thing. Oof. Wow. A lot going on here. Let's go to your final outcome, Gemini. All right, so you are moving on. You are definitely moving on. These two cards are similar in that you feel the need to move on from something that was once fulfilling but is no longer. And then here you are moving on, It's like you've been in turbulent, choppy waters It's been traumatizing, it's been stressful, blah, blah, blah. And you're moving on to calmer waters here in the background. But you're not going to be by yourself. And see, here's your child. This little one right here may very well be this Page of Wands, your child here that you're taking with you. So you might be leaving a romantic relationship, like a marriage or something like that, but you're taking your kid or kids along with you. And this person here is going along with you, is helping you through this difficult transition period. And it could be your best friend, it could be a family member, it could be a counselor, a therapist, something like that. But they're going to be there to help guide you through this difficult transition. And these swords here that are in the boat are the lessons that you've learned from having been in this stressful marriage or relationship. So even though you're leaving the situation, Gemini, you're leaving behind these choppy waters, you're still taking the lessons, the valuable, painful lessons that you've learned. You're taking those lessons with you, and hopefully, not repeating the pattern or not repeating this kind of relationship in the future. Yeah. See, I see similarities here too. It's like, you've been through the ringer. It's like once bitten, twice shy, and you don't want to go through the same kind of trauma again, you know. And so these six swords represent the trauma that you've been through, the lessons that you've learned. So yeah, you're leaving the situation, but you're taking these lessons along with you. But you are going on to calmer waters, which is good. I like to see that. And having to defend yourself in the immediate future, I'm thinking you have to defend yourself against your current partner, because they're probably not going to want you to leave. I hope it's nothing, too frightening or physical or anything like that, but you're going to have to stand your ground, it looks like. Oof. Heavy stuff. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope some, if not all of this reading resonated with you. And if it did, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Tarot me, please. My name is Crystal. I wish you well. Talk to you soon. Bye.